Good morning. We're going to be starting up in just a minute, so if you can take your seats. On behalf of the Seattle Betsuin Buddhist Temple, we'd like to welcome you to service today. My name is Leonora Clark. Service will begin now with a ringing of the kancho, followed by the chanting of the sambujo and the jusege. The text for both of these will be shown on the screen, and the text for jusege will be on page 21 of your orange service book.
中世芸 page 21. Agon chosegan hishimu jodo shigan humanzok sefu joshogak ga omuryoko hu idai seshu hu sai shobingu sefu joshogak gashi jobundo myosho chojippo kukyo mishomon sefu joshogak ryokujin shonen joe shubongyo shigumu jodo isho tenin shi jinriki endai ko husho musaido shoujo sankumyo kosai shuyakunan Kaihichiegen Meshikonmo Heisokusho Akudo Tsudatzen Shumon Kosojo Manzok Iyoro Jippo Nichigat Shujuki Tenko Onpugen Ishukai Hoso Koseku Dokuho Jodai Shuchu Seppo Shishiku Kuyo Isai Butsu Gusoku Shutokuhon Ganne Shinjoman Tokui Sangai O Nyobut Mugechi Tsudat Mihusho Ganga Kuerik Toshi Sai Shoson Shigan Yakoka Daisen Okando Koku Shotenin To Uchin Myoke Namandabu. 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 Ganishikudoku Yodo Seisai Dohon Bodai Ishin Ojo An Raku. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namandavs, 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 Namandavs.
We'll now sing May Peace Prevail. The lyrics will be shown on the screen. Please remain seated.
Let peace live as we talk, with kindness in our voice, embraced in Buddha's light. May peace, tranquility prevail throughout the world. Let peace live as we learn, with eyes that self-reflect, to always light our way. May peace, tranquility prevail throughout the world. Let peace live as we have, with rays of gratitude, connecting hearts and hands. May peace, tranquility prevail throughout the world. Let's talk with everyone.
Let's learn from everyone.
Lend help to everyone. Let peace, tranquility
May spread
throughout the world. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida
Please join me in the reading of the Threefold Refuge. Difficult is it to receive a human form. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the Dharma of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not cross over to the truth in the present life, in what life shall we cross over? Let us, with sincerity and true reverence, take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we, together with all sentient beings, awaken to the great way of enlightenment and to the unsurpassed intent of Amida Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we, together with all sentient beings, enter the storehouse of the Dharma, becoming like the wisdom ocean. Take refuge in the Sangha. May we, together with all sentient beings, become units in true accord, in harmony with all things. The peerless, profound, and wondrous Dharma is rare to encounter, even in many hundreds and thousands of kalpas. Now we are privileged to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida. Reverend Irene Goto will now deliver her Dharma message.
Join me in Gassho. Please put your hands together. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda. Good morning. Nice to see so many of you here today. Today is December 15th, 2024. Welcome to all of you attending the Sunday service at Seattle Betsuin Buddhist Temple, and to all of you joining us online. We also welcome you. We are here in our beautiful gymnasium, where we've been holding service for the last 7 Sundays. Today is the 8th Sunday now we've been in the gymnasium. Reconstruction from the New Year's Eve fire nearly 1 year ago is ongoing, and we are slowly restarting our temple building. Thank you all for your kind, generous support in our recovery, which continues. To begin my talk, please join me in Gassho once again for a reading from the collected works of Shinran and Shakyamuni Buddha. Even though the great thousandfold world be filled with fire, pass through immediately to hear the Buddha's name. If one hears Amida, one will never retrogress. For this reason, I wholeheartedly bow my head in worship. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. We're here in the Seattle Buddhist Church's gymnasium. As Reverend Matt reminded us a few weeks ago, this brick wall behind me is the common wall to our hondo, the main hall where our beautiful sacred altar will be returned from Japan, hopefully in a few months. Last year at this time, we were enjoying the end of a full year of normalcy after the COVID-19 pandemic. And then New Year's Day, we all received an email not to enter the temple. So until 7 Sundays ago, we were holding services, at first at other temples, and then settled into the community room at the Densho building nearby. Thank you to all who worked tirelessly for our return to this home. Faced with challenges, positive outcomes come from the COVID-19 pandemic. One outcome was technology. Thanks to our volunteers and staff and board members, Sunday services were recorded and live streamed. And who doesn't know how to Zoom these days? Necessity is the mother of invention. Second was bringing out our obutsudan. We have one beautiful obutsudan here in the gymnasium as a stand-in for our altar in the main hall. The obutsudan is what I would like to talk about today as a basis for explaining our Jodo Shinshu beliefs and our traditions of honoring the sacred. For all Buddhists, the obutsudan has a deep spiritual meaning for each individual in the family. The obutsudan, the practice and its maintenance, serves as a mirror for each individual to see their true self and to fully awaken one's religious consciousness. Since the Buddha Dharma is intended to enhance our daily lives and awaken us to the conditions that sustain our life, the obutsudan is always located centrally within the household dwelling. Its obvious presence is a reminder to overcome our own ignorance and it enables us to listen more diligently to the Buddha Dharma, the Buddha's teachings. In my opening passage, our teacher, Master Shinran, refers to the fourth patriarch, Master Dao Cho's reference to the Garland Sutra or sermon, in which Shakyamuni Buddha bows his head to Amida. The phrase I would like to focus on is, I wholeheartedly bow my head in worship. Who do I bow my head in worship to? The answer, Amida. I've had a difficult time understanding what Amida Buddha is. I recall asking one of our ministers to explain Amida to me. And he just pointed out the window and he said, it's right out there. I didn't get it. My understanding today is a bit clearer. Everything out there and everything in here is Amida Buddha. Amida Buddha is wisdom and compassion, infinite wisdom and boundless compassion. I can look out the window now and see with my heart's eyes and hear with my heart's ears. I try to see both sides of a situation. I try to see and hear things as they are and say to myself, Namo Amida Butsu, in gratitude for being enabled to see and hear with my heart. Within the obutsudan is a depiction of Amida, our main object of reverence. Amida is the transcendent Buddha, a representation or embodiment of infinite wisdom and boundless compassion. Compassion for everyone. Everyone is embraced. Amida can take the form of a statue, which we don't have here today, which is the one we have in the main hall. We have a picture, but we can also have the standing statue. The standing statue stands upright, not seated, slightly leaning forward, ready to come toward us. The right hand raised outward in a teaching gesture, and the left hand lowered in a compassionate gesture. In the statue, there are 48 rays emitting from the back of his head, which represents Amida's 48 vows. And the 18th vow, the one embracing everyone, is the primary or primal vow, the most important vow for us Jodo Shinshu Buddhists. The preferable form of Amida is the written script or scroll, which Alex has shown up here, Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu represents Amida, the compassionate one. How do I wholeheartedly bow my head in worship? Bowing is an action we can all do. We can see it done and feel doing it with our whole body. Last week we observed Bodhi Day, the day of Shakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment or awakening. We had a good number of people here in attendance, including many young children. I observed a precious moment after service while members were offering incense. One child, with his mother's help, came before the altar to bow and offer incense. He is about 2 years old. Mom held his hands to help him pinch the granular incense and deposit it on the burning charcoal. She squeezed his tiny hands together and recited Namo Amida Butsu, and together they bowed. He didn't know exactly what he was doing or why he was doing it, but I think he will remember those actions. And the more times he does them, the more he will treasure and keep those actions in his heart and mind. Those actions, together with coming to temple with his mom and dad, with his mom's hands guiding his, seeing the candles light, the smoke curling, and the aroma of the incense. In time, he will ask the whats and the whys. This strategy of simply bowing and saying Namo Amida Butsu, even before we understand their full meaning, is what Reverend Dr. Toshikazu Arai advocates for teaching children. Fully understanding will come later. It is similar to the way Aikido was taught to my son. He just copied or followed his teacher. The teacher didn't explain in words how to do the moves or why, but in time the student learned the how and the why as he put his moves into practice again and again. One day he actually put his Aikido into practice with a bully at school. For me, I think hearing Namo Amida Butsu and offering rice to our home Obutsudan at a young age introduced me to Shin Buddhism, even while I was attending Christian Sunday school every week. But as adults, we can understand the meaning and ideas of honoring or revering Amida. As I have practiced bowing, reciting Namo Amida Butsu, and studied my Shinshu books piled upon my nightstand, I am slowly realizing how Amida is infinite wisdom and boundless compassion. Last year in April, my brother passed away. That December, I called his dear neighbor who did so much for my brother. He mowed his lawn, brought him meals, and invited him to family barbecues. Last year, I called to thank him for all that he did for my brother. The neighbor, Carlos, said he would never forget my brother. He would never forget abuelito, grandfather in Spanish. At the time, he said, "I'll never forget abuelito." His words didn't strike me in the heart at the time, only in my mind. But this year, I thought of calling Carlos once again to thank him. But I did not. Now I am comforted to know that Carlos will never forget my brother I believed Carlos when he said he would never forget my brother. I believe my brother is in the Pure Land, eternally at peace, because Carlos said he will never forget him. To me, hearing his words was infinite compassion and infinite wisdom. Was this the doing of Amida? And physically, what does bowing my head in worship look like? Let me explain briefly. When we go before the altar, we bow once, a respectful greeting. Then we offer incense to Amida, an offering of purity. Then we recite Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Bow deeply with hands together. Take a step back and bow with a respectful goodbye. I hope this brief description of how we revere Amida Buddha as Jodo Shinshu Buddhists will enhance our daily lives and awaken us to our true natures and to the very source of our lives, Amida Buddha. And I hope it will awaken in you some questions you previously didn't have. I still have questions. I am still seeking. To close, please join me once again in Gasho. Place your hands together. Even though the great thousandfold world be filled with fire, pass through immediately to hear the Buddha's name. If one hears Amida, one will never retrogress. For this reason, I wholeheartedly bow my head in worship. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Nabutsu. Namandabutsu. 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 Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Thank you, Reverend Goto, for your beautiful Dharma talk. The temple is grateful for your participation in service today. I'm now going to ask if there's any public announcements.
Hello, I'm Connie Ozeki-Chin, and I'm with the Seattle Betsuin Scholarship Committee. And I wanted to inform everyone, and I hope you can share this with other family members, that the scholarship applications for the Tsujihara Family Memorial Scholarship, who is for graduating high school seniors in 2025, and the Shimokon Scholarship Grant for those in college in their second year or higher and pursuing a science degree. They are available online thanks to Alex Sakamoto, and you could even submit them online without having to send them in. So please share that with your friends and family and former temple members that are in college and in pursuing that science degree. Get them to apply. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm wearing my Buddhist Churches of America Music Committee chairperson hat to let you know that the December issue of our BCA Music newsletter has been posted on the BCA Music webpage. And I am particularly happy to announce the content. Cynthia Mee, the minister assistant from Midwest Buddhist Temple in Chicago, wrote a very detailed article on the history of Midwest Buddhist Temple Taiko, as well as the activities of their current musicians. And then Donna Sasaki and Amy Peterson wrote feature articles on the Northwest District Convention and the new gathas that we premiered there, including Light of Wisdom by the Dharma School class. So we have a beautiful day today, but if there's a rainy day in the future and you want some interesting reading, please go to the BCA Music webpage.
This ends the online portion of our service.